picked into Nuke a couple of times, obviously looking for one of their comfort and strong picks. We'll have to see if they can get their first win under the belt versus M80 today.
Well, look, I don't think it really matters to either one of these teams how the other one has looked on this map. Both teams got to come into this thinking this is a very winnable game for both squads. Neither of these two teams establishing any kind of dominance, any kind of great performance that would make them intimidating. So both these squads coming into this with the idea that this is theirs to win.
This is interesting.
And an awkward pistol round. 4 lower, 1 upper, and call me crazy, but it seems like it just might work.
Yeah, it might work here. 9-0 wondering, have M80 showed up to this game? Are they on the server? They've looked everywhere.
If you go into the lower bomb site at this point and there's 4 defenders here, you are already pissed off.
Yeah, and Swisher's angle is usually good for at least one, but they're coming in looking at him, double swinging, and Swisher nearly gets a double out of it, but there's so many other players down here. Oh, Rex towards the back of the cylinder. He's got the bomb chiming in, and yeah, the bomb is rolled down, so you're fully committed to this now. You're locked in. You've made some mistakes, and you're locked into this one, and you have to try and get your way out of it.
malbs has to be sure he stays fighting and dies out in the open, because now it's revealed Wolfie's position, and that's the problem. malbs never commits to a fight, so you can't actually bait that second player to dark. And yeah, I'm with you. How? 4 players in the lower bomb site. You drop the bomb early and can't close out the round. That's going to be some early frustration for M80.
Yeah, that was the best chance. That was absolutely the best chance coming into this one for M80 to get the pistol under their belt, but not enough done. And it's Davideus, or Davideus.
Davideus.
As Harry's calling him yesterday. Did you catch the rush spelling bee?
I did not catch the rush spelling.
So he threw Davideus into that one, and because of his pronunciation, no one really could figure out how to spell it. But there he is. He's back. He's upgraded from just David to Deus, I suppose.
Oh, this is good from Swisher, though. 1 kill, obviously. A nice little tag on try. He's going to go back for more. Ooh, picked off. Scout can't get away. So outside is now compromised. And outdoor we go. Wolfie and Manx to defend against this.
Yeah,
and with a player in sight, any kind of a slowdown is massive.
Here's Buddha. Good kill out towards the back. Reck then peeks out. Immediately getting caught with a 5-7 off the top of the hut. Sets up the distraction for Wolfie to sweep them under the rug. Davideus coming back in from heaven, and he nearly does it. He's down into the 1v1, and M80's golden ticket is snatched out of their hands.
That's 2 back-to-back rounds where an advantage is created by M80. They do such a good job up until that point. What a flank up heaven. Close round. And a second victory for 9Z.
Oh, that's unfortunate for M80. A great opportunity that they haven't taken. Back-to-back rounds now, and they're going to keep forcing. They're going to keep buying into this one. Scout out for Swisher, because obviously it comes down to the 1v1. They feel like they've got a chance to grab control of the game and the economy early on here if they win this round. And Swisher brings the scout towards outside again.
Yeah, but are you going to get another just straight headshot to get an opening kill? Or are you going to get another tag after the fact? This time, no damage is dealt. 9Z with the smoke wall, able to cross over to Secret. That's Max leading the charge down the stairs. He's going to be the only one. And with him in position, they can slow play it. He can investigate. They still don't have information, although they could probably assume there's going to be a buy on the board. So Wolfie will be the first one up. He's got no head armor, however, against this MAC-10.
Yeah, that could be instant death for Wolfie. He needs to be careful. Nade's going to go in, assisting and dropping the health a little lower. And Max has actually slipped into the vent.
Wolfie's dead.
Oh, Wolfie's gone. Wolfie is gone. Good night. That's an upgrade for the MAC-10 into the M4A1S. And Buddha, oh, he's got David swinging for him on low HP. Still confidently swings into Swisher.
What a great play from Max that is downstairs. The nade to cover his crossover to vents, the little bit of a lurk through those vents, and all of a sudden malbs is left alone. He spots one moving up towards heaven. Deagle, little off the mark, gets the kill, but traded immediately 3-0, and the follow-up force buy doesn't work either. So M80 is going to have to wait till round 5 to get their first full investment on the board in the game. This is a great start for 9Z. It can't be going any better, and they're aware of the force buy in the 3rd round. And so they can relax just a little bit.
Well, North America have a team back at Pro League, and M80 started this sort of run in Pro League pretty well. I mean, they definitely made Apex sweat on a few of the maps in that opening series, but it has been rough for them. ever since. And now up against 9Z, it is a battle of the Americas. And so far, not so good to kick things off here. 9Z looking for a 4th round in a row. malbs down at Secret. Nice little shot coming in for malbs.
Yeah, but you haven't been able to capitalize on these advantages yet in this game. It'd be wonderful if you could do it here. A little bit of spam coming out. Swisher takes some damage, and now position is known, but he can't get away. Might have been able to just tuck in and chill and trust that spam isn't going to do the damage, and now it's all falling apart. DJT with 2 outdoor. He spots 1 more in vents. He's going to hunt it down. Triple kill for him, and a 4th round on the board for 9Z.
Yeah, it's a strong start. And now the money's back for M80 because of the loss bonus building up significantly. malbs has been to 5 Pro Leagues, this being his 5th so far.
0 wins.
Yeah, that's kind of rough, isn't it? He started back at ESL Pro League Season 9 Americas under the team Infinity.
Wow, that's going way back.
Yeah, a long time ago. What a monumental day it could be for him. Currently averaging a 0.9 rating at this event.
That's like 4 or 5 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, must have been.
Season 18 here. Swisher outside, steps in front of the smoke. A little bit of a wall pluming. Second smoke a little bit late coming in, but no big deal. Up on the hands of Wolfie, back towards lockers. Oh, does he spot the ankle? Anything inside that smoke?
Nope. Just about misses out. And so Max has got his way through those smokes into the garage, and he can start to clear it out. Now he's got a really powerful position for this round.
No one's got eyes on this. No one's aware of this possibility. Swisher hasn't spotted the cross. Wolfie with the AWP has transitioned into the upper bomb site. If Max works up a little bit of courage, he can keep moving forward.
Well, just taking his time. There's so much time left in the round.
There's no way, when you're Max, you don't expect that it's this clear, right? Like, he obviously can't tell.
You think someone's looking.
Yeah, you expect someone to be looking. You don't think you were that clean in terms of crossing. So Max doesn't realize the opportunity ahead of him, which is giving a chance for Wolfie to make this aggressive play in towards Squeak Door. DJT can no longer turn the corner. Buddha as well over in lobby.
Wolfie has at least this kill locked in. Surely. He has eyes on DGT. Max is clearing towards CT, but eventually that time will start to force 9Z's hand.
Yeah, this has taken so long. It's taken so long for this to come to fruition. Shadow shows. Good kill from Swisher.
Now Wolfie's turn. He might get a follow-up kill here. Reck will take try out. DGT won that fight? That's ridiculous. That should have been the kill. That should have been the round. And how are M80 letting these rounds slip away?
And then they never had track of Max. That's a perfect timing for it. Even though it's a little bit slow to get into action, once it springs, Max has 3 quick kills, and the silencer obscures his position for just long enough for the multi-frags. And malbs just trying to recover at this point. Did he miss that?
He did. Now he's back in off, sees the head of Max, but he's also been spotted. Max goes for the peek, feeling himself after the triple. But yeah, bring it back. You know, the lost track of Max, they never accounted for him. But I think when you see those sort of L smokes come out, they allow that walkway into the garage. You've got to assume there's at least a chance that someone is in there.
Blown rotation, miscommunication, whatever it was, someone from M80 wasn't covering exactly what they want. They likely thought Swisher would have had control of spotting someone go towards garage. And that's the thing. Again, if you go back now, we've had this is the 3rd round where you look at pistol round. There's 4 players stacked at the lower bomb site for M80. They can't hold on to the site in an execute. What was it? Round 3, they had round 2, they had the first 2 to 3 kills of the round. They shut down the door attack, not able to recover the round because of a flank from heaven. And once again here, first 2 opening kills of the round, and not able to close it out because of a flank from heaven. So this is, I mean, quickly it's become an issue in these first 5 rounds of play. Tech pause, as you can see the headphones are off. Max, after a stunning triple kill, is saying, I did all that with some broken gear, so let's get things fixed.
Yeah, let's get things tied up. And the coach standing behind them today is TGE, 25-year-old Brazilian. He's been part of 3 teams in his time in CSGO.
Which teams? What are the other 2?
Paqueta. B4. So they're the teams he's been a part of, Jason.
Nice. Well, coach behind M80, Def.
Look
good old Rory.
See the model on the table there? Got action figures.
It's not helping anything. I wonder where that is, though.
We'll have to find out. Maybe that's a question we can ask them at some point, but maybe not, because that shuttle may be waiting for them. But I do think coming into today, the old Nuke affair is going to be quite one-sided. I think 9-0 coming in is just a far better Nuke team, and you're seeing the gaps already in understanding, know what map control they have on the CT side, rotations, communication hasn't been on point.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know if I would have thought that coming into it, but these first 5 rounds, 9Z's overcome pretty much everything that's thrown on them. So out of the tech timeout, we're going to get a tactical timeout used by M80 as they want to talk things over and try and plug these holes that 9Z's been able to exploit. Likely just a half buy for M80 as well. Everyone hovering right around 3,800, 3,600, 4,000.
Do you think M80, when they were making this team, decided they needed to get some sort of Danish Counter-Strike player? They just needed to get one.
It's not the worst philosophy in the world with the way Danish Counter-Strike is going.
Yeah, we need a player to fill in our spot.
Well, it's the interesting thing because Wolfie is American, but he's also lived in Sweden, so he had a little bit of he has some experience in that kind of Scandinavian scene, right? Yeah. So he's able to kind of pick some people out and say this would be a good guy to bring into the mix. This would be a good addition to the team. And remember, this is also the kind of trying to put this together and start making this team work from scraps. They've got a lot of philosophies to work through, and you consider Malb South American as well. They have that Danish influence and obviously a little bit of Swedish influence mixed in there. So they've got a few things to iron out. And once again, a member of 9Z is able to slip the net. Down vents silently.
I think their net has a lot of holes in it, Jason.
Yeah.
Generally how nets work, but would be a larger hole inside of the net at the moment. We've got Perfecto likes to fish, Jason. Is there any sort of hobbies you like to do to get you in the great outdoors?
Oddly enough, I'm into camping.
Camping, okay.
Yeah, camping and hiking.
This is perfect for you.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike.
It's a wonderful. It wasn't my idea, but yeah, I'm into it. Well, Swisher can get backstabbed, but TJT's taking his time and just holding rotations for vents. So it's all on this cross.
This is it for
There's
Swisher.
a flashbang, there's a peek. That flash is going to give the information over of where the follow-up peek is going to come from. Op watching behind, but it doesn't matter. That's a nice 1D. malbs turns the corner, wasn't expecting a fight at that point, so a little bit wild on the shots, and he's going to back away into some support, but can't escape entirely. And they know Wolfie's position. Molotov is going to come in, force him out, and 9Z's handling this pretty well.
Yeah, they are. Wolfie's coming through the double doors. Max is up in the control room, and 9Z in a very strong position. Manx will do his best with the Deagle. He's got himself a couple, now an AK, and he'll slip away with that.
Yeah, time to save it if you can.
6-0.
Absolutely. Bound to get planted right at the end of the round, and yeah, only option available to Manx is to just save the gun. So, we'll see what they bring out in the next one. You imagine the AWP is going to be back on board.
Well, this elimination match certainly looks like it's going one way at the moment, but you know, we look at the rest of the day as well. If you guys have just missed the pre-show, if you're a sort of a late riser, you've tuned in just for the game, we've got more action coming up today, another elimination game. At the end of the day, that's going to be Cyclone versus Imperial, but in the middle of all of that, it is the battle of the orange logos. It's Fnatic versus Apex. So that is the action for today. Which game you got your eyes on, Jason, today? Is it this one? Is it the North American Hope?
No, I'm excited for Apex Fnatic, actually.
Yeah, yes, that would be the game, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for that one. The other guys didn't seem nearly as excited as I would have thought they were. I mean, Apex hasn't exactly looked as good as we probably would have liked, but I still think there's that match can be very close, fair down the stretch, especially. So I'm pumped to see what they bring to the table in this one. There's been 5 rounds of play, and M80 has 4 of the, or excuse me, there's been 6 rounds on the scoreboard I'm looking at HLTV. There's been 5, but M80's winning the opening kill battle, and that's got to be worrying.
DGT, he's got himself towards HUD as well, so he was looking for that opening. Manx is taking a bit of a different position up on top of the cylinders. He'll send that fire in towards HUD. Force them away, heat things up for them, and Swisher, if he keeps going, if he keeps pushing, he'll eventually walk into Max, but Max doesn't sit still for very long. He likes to be active, he likes to get a move on, and oh, Swisher, you gotta sink that one when you had the chance. He doesn't go down, and now the ramp room play right into Wolfie's AWP has opened things up with an M80 first kill of the round.
Yeah, another one.
Hasn't meant a whole lot, has it, Jason?
No, now they just need to close it out. Like, take this advantage and run with it. And they have more advantages this round than previously. Not a whole lot of utility left on 9Z. This time, there's no one flanking and pushing and infesting outside yard control. No one wrapping around heaven, so there's really not a whole lot of danger on the board for M80 that we can see quite yet. Outdoor we go. DJT's been spot on, 9-1. Davideus, 11-1.
Well,
he's just given the opportunity to equalize this. Those are
HP as well.
ill-advised fights in a round where your upper bomb site is being really heavily pressured and attacked. Reck with 2. Nice double. And there's Swisher chiming in. Max is going to have to back away. So M80's on the board.
Yes, they are. And in emphatic fashion, right? They keep everybody up. They don't lose a single player despite Max getting those chances towards outside. But that is now the first round for M80. 6-1. Is this the beginning of the comeback?
You hope so. You hope so if you're M80. Good way to get on the board. All 5 players surviving, building up some cash flow as well. So a good first step for M80.
Swisher is a player that I was expecting perhaps to get the call up to a team like Complexity or during the sort of North American shuffle. I was just expecting Swisher to be finding himself in one of these top orgs. And I think he probably would have gone to a team like Complexity if Elige didn't depart Luke.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to take a spot away from Elige and in North American Counter-Strike, all that experience and obviously just the skill that he possesses. Wolfie's going to get aggressive outside, eats a little bit of a nade for his troubles, but he's forced back. Ooh, and almost lands that shot through the edge of the box. Very close, but Swisher's going to follow it up with a little bit of aggression, and they're really making sure to control outside at this point.
Oh, well played from Swisher. Good flash from Wolfie to allow that play. It feels like M80 is starting to get into it a little bit more. Their moves look better. They are more put together in terms of their communication and team play.
They've gone for the fight fire with fire method where they've lost outside and they've lost so many rounds to outside presence that now they're just going right at it. Another opening kill. However, no eyes on outside at this point. They back away because that kill happened so deep. They're not aware that 9C has rotated back into it. Now Swisher has the intel. Just gets it at the last possible moment.
Yep. They're telling him to drop the ramp player down and have a look for that rotation down. They're stacking 3 on the top site.
Yeah, but they're caught in transition here. They're out in the open. This door's going to open up a whole Malbs. That's an important kill. One more. Buddha goes down. DJT dinked and Swisher's in the back of the bomb site. They just slip into cover at the perfect moment, but try with a double.
How they give it back, and Mice flies off the ladder, uses that movement to swing fast into the crosshair of Try. DGT with 30 seconds left, and 1v2, it's looking good for M80 to secure a second. But Try definitely makes it a little uncomfortable for M80 with that lobby push. But the time is ticking on, and so are the digits. He does still have a chance for a 1v1 fight. He just doesn't know it, so he's going to sit up in that control room.
No time and 13 HP. He's thinking, I can drop a weapon over. Davideus only has 800. He's going to need something. You can even drop the AWP if you want. Although Max has plenty of cash as well. So they're thinking economically with this lead at the moment. And this is a nice kill from Malbs. That you can see there's no cover for these two players as they transition into the lower bomb site. If that peak is a little bit differently timed, they could be in a lot of trouble. Second round as M80 try and continue closing the gap.
Well, it definitely has to look better for them, and actually a lot of the opening kills have gone to M80's way, so let's see if they can get another one. Last round it was Swisher, a little bit more aggressive. This time the smoke wall is quick. It's that L-block smoke that will allow 9C a lot more control towards outside. And the last time they did this, they got a player into towards the garage and they weren't ready for it. They might do that again here. Maybe more than one though, as Buddha joins Davideus, and now they can start that flank around the back. Wolfie seems more aware of it this time, but he's going to drop down and commit into the lower bomb site.
Yeah, it's same kind of idea. Like, I mean, you have 3 players in the upper bomb site now. Swisher's down in secret. There's no eyes outside. There's no one even really considering it for the moment. Try's going to get an opening pick. That's Manx who's gone down. Malbs has to be cautious now. He's got to leave ramp room to watch underneath heaven, under the full understanding that they can actually just jump up around him.
Yeah, this is rough now for Malbs, but he's got himself up the ladder. He's got himself up in time, but will he be able to frag out and get a double or get traded here? Oh, Davideus falls off the fence and gives Malbs a chance now. That bomb is dropped towards heaven. DGT catches them as they move through the squeaky door. Just the one kill for DGT, and try as he might. It is now Reck in a 1v3. He's got himself a headshot, but oh, needed that one and gets it, lands it perfectly on the head of Try. And now Davideus, he's collected that bomb, can descend into the A site, and Reck is so low on health.
This is all down to timing, though. This is all going to be about Reck and coming up heaven. Will Davideus expect it? And yeah, footsteps are being made now with 3 HP. Davideus knows exactly what's coming. You might have to save this if you're Reck.
Yeah, it's hard. If you try and fake that you're coming up heaven, there's a long shift walk all the way to reposition main, but it could work here for Reck. He's done very well to get himself into this position. Davideus is still fixated upon that heaven entrance, but in fact, Reck is coming through main. He'll check the CT vent. Getting ever closer now, making steps with the time, pulls David into the fight. See, take it away.
It's a close round, but it's the same problem that they've had previously, is they're giving up so much space outside. And 9Z, like, if you're M80 at this point, like, the conversation has to be, we can't do this. We can't allow them to have this. Look how much time Try has. And Manx isn't even expecting it whatsoever. He's not even looking at it. So you have 3 players, a lot of resources in the upper bomb site with nobody looking towards yard, and you're getting exploited over and over again from that position.
Could you talk me through some of maybe the thought process for the AWP to commit into lower when it had heaven? It's a little strange there from Wolfie.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool things you can do with the AWP in terms of movement. We saw the aggressive stance towards door. You can catch someone off in towards hut. You can make these kinds of plays, but no one, I mean, normally there's got to be some kind of trade in position, an extra M4 going towards under heaven. The problem is when it's that third player with one in secret, there's just so much room outside. It's kind of more just positioning the AWP in an area which hasn't really been a problem. Towards ramp room we go, and malbs to defend.
Now he'll drop. Just try and dispel them with some early utility in towards ramp. He'll find himself in the lower bomb site. Did have Swisher at hell. Could have helped out, but he's just waiting for them to see if they wrap through hell or if they commit down ramp. 50 seconds left. 9Z have a lot of map control. They have ramp, and they can walk down into the lower bomb site. They have full lobby control, and that's why M80 are getting a little worried about it. They realize they have to take lobby control back, and the timing has worked out very well for M80. DGT just left it.
Yeah, well, malbs and Wolfie just left the control side doors peering up towards ramp room, and this is where the attack is coming into. So just now they get back at a decent enough moment. The AWP isn't going to have the angle at once. malbs looking up. It's going to be coming from close. Swisher has one. Flashbang coming in. Perfect. DJT and Buddha eliminate that defense, and Manx steps up.
Manx looks good on the FAMAS. Now, will it be enough to close this round? Try. Stuck behind the boxes, but does have a crossfire with DGT. It is now broken. It is now taken apart, and Try realizes he has to try and turn this into a 1v2, into a 1v1 rather, and he is going to get peeked by Wolfie from up on top, and it is going to be the kill through. And a third round for M80, so nice recovery. And I like the reaction, getting into the lobby control, realizing you're kind of suffocated when it comes to map control.
The door responses, it did feel pretty tense there for a moment. They're giving up a lot of room over to 9Z to work around this map. And this time they hold strong, although DJT and Buddha made it really, really interesting in that lower site. Good kills from Swisher coming out at impactful moments. He gets a double on the round. Lead is cut to 4, and Deagles, just pistols for 9Z.
Ooh, nice shot. You know what people of the Isle of Man are called, Jason?
Of the what?
Isle of Man.
Isle of Man?
Yeah.
No, what are they called?
Manx.
Are they
So
really?
there you go.
Okay.
It's all a fact for you.
Yeah, that is a fun fact.
Don't go there. It's not very fun. It's kind of boring, actually.
Cool name, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. If you like fish and steam trains, Jason, it could be a place you want
Fish
to go.
and steam trains.
Yeah.
That is a combination.
And motorcycle racing on the road.
Okay, that's cool.
Some
I'm
of the
into
most
that.
dangerous sport in the world, so it's pretty sick. This round, not getting dangerous at all for M80.
Not yet, at least, but I have faith they'll find a way.
Always believe in North America.
Yeah. Swisher's got a couple nice kills outside, keeping him at distance, keeping him at bay. It's going to be 7-4. And, I mean, this overall, I mean, Swisher is 6-1 in opening duels, and he's been playing outside, which is what makes it like kind of head scratching when you think that's been the area that's most exploited, because he's done pretty good work out here. Let's see if M80 can keep rolling with it. They've kind of shaken off the early hiccups that they had. They've kind of moved past those with 4 of the last 5 rounds going in their favor, starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, starting to feel a little bit more into this game. And the scoreline for 9Z is already just so intimidating with still 4 rounds of play remaining.
Well, let's see. Let's see if M80 can continue the comeback trail. It was a very good start for 9Z, but that T side has started to slow down. Jason's pointed out the fact that these opening fights have been heavily going towards M80, thanks to Swisher. Let's see if he can get another one towards the back of the garage. Little bit of a gap to spot the feet, and Swisher uses it perfectly. You can see why a lot of people are excited about Swisher. He's an intelligent player and find a lot of impact here. And 9Z are going to slip down secret with a player down.
And no one has shifted yet for M80. They're just now taking lobby control, so they're clearing it out. They know they've lost outside, but where can the defense actually position itself? Wolfie's coming down with the AWP. He'll be the only one. No other mobility, no other movement. And 9Z have an option to come back up. They're leaving a lurker outside that's DJT to cut things off or provide a second option if they need to return up secret.
So 9Z designing their play in the final 50 seconds. Wolfie looks to disrupt that. He's rotated down ramp already. Has got Swisher now here too with the M4A1S. And an emergency soon will come. The glass will be broken and the fight will begin. Wolfie turns, takes the shot on Buddha.
It's shut down now. There's nothing that can be done. DJT has to spring into action at the lurk because his teammates are locked out entirely. Try has to do it all on his own. His other teammate is blocked off by smoke, and he's so exposed. Oh. He's going to find Swisher. Missed opportunity there, but a long way to go. Try gets another one.
2v3 is doable, and he needed that shot, so Try is now left alone. 1v3. And a lot of pressure coming in. There's nowhere he can go. He's got to try his best, but it's not going to happen for him. He desperately wishes he could go back in time where there used to be a room there with double doors and a box you could hide behind. What a wild time that was, Jason.
Yeah, some of these rounds are very slow and creeping. A lot of silence in it. So M80's she's just kind of waiting for the action to actually come with the kind of style that they're playing a little bit further back after the opening engagements. It gets really calm in the mid-round, and 9Z's taking their time and just eventually running into such a huge battle at these bomb sites. Tech 9's, I would be curious, potentially an upper bust in this round?
Yeah, you're kind of limited in what you can do, so let's see if that is the call from them.
No, not enough bodies in lobby for it.
Maybe over the top of main.
Could just be a late execute. Doors blown open.
He's got himself up onto Silo. He can become a lit piece in this puzzle. The smoke's dumping towards outside, but no one playing with them.
They want to make M80 a little bit nervous about shifting someone perhaps downstairs with that smoke wall, as they've exploited it so much, and weaken that upper bomb site for this delayed hit. Here it comes.
The utility's in, flying towards that top site. And Davideus has become that lit piece. Oh, fumbles it, but they didn't hear it. And now he's sprinting, tunnel vision towards the AWP. If he kept the Tech 9 out, maybe takes out malbs, but it's a double for malbs until he's overrun. And now DGT waiting for that vent drop. He's got the information that Mike says, drop down the vent, but the bomb has now fallen to the floor as Swisher is covering it off. DGT is a long way off helping Try in this scenario.
A lot of misdirection in this round. A lot of it from 9Z. First, the smoke wall outside to get a shift, then the kind of pump towards the upper bomb site with utility, and then hitting ramp room. So they actually did a really good job of finding some openings, finding some weaknesses, but not able to close it out. 3-on-1, DJT, no weapon recovered just yet. You have Manx outside, and that would be the first person DJT encounters, but this Tech 9 is not for the job. And now he's been spotted, now he's done. 7-6.
The great British death returns to Counter-Strike. Good to see.
Major quarterfinalist? Yes, if I remember correctly, back in London?
Face it, London major. A hometown major for him. Then he had a bit of a vacation elsewhere.
Yeah, took some time off. Well, you got to say this is a really good recovery from M80. Is very, very nice recovery, especially in an elimination game, to make an actual challenge of this map, give themselves an opportunity. Swisher outside, we've touched on it, has been great, has found plenty of opening kills, has been effective. He's going to have another test here. This time Max lurking behind this smoke wall. The in-game leader of 9Z crossing over to Secret. malbs is waiting.
Yes, he is. He's got the M4 in position. Max gets caught. malbs looking sharp on that headshot. Now the ramp play could possibly come towards Wolfie, but they're starting to drift away from ramp back in towards lobby, and their eyes will be set on the prize of the A site. And Reck is here. He's got Swisher out at main. There's also a rafter setup in this one. This CT hold looks good to hold this A play.
Yeah, it does look really good. malbs even coming outside, might be able to pick off one more. Tries got knife out. Yeah, not even aware, no potential to actually recover or fight back in that situation. Swisher up on top of the hut. Oh, spam's booted down very low. And 9Z has been forced back, and yeah, I think they're just calling a save. They've got no utility. Molotov, 2 flashbangs, 3 AK-47s with no money in the bank. This has got to just be reset for the last round. Keep the AKs alive, so M80 has done it. They've tied it up.
This was 6 rounds in a row for 9Z. It is now 7-7.
Yeah, 7 of 8 going in the favor of M80 since that early run from 9Z.
Yeah, if you're a 9Z, you're scratching your head now.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get a whole lot of production outside in these last rounds, which was kind of the main selling point of those first 6 rounds, were all those flanks towards heaven, but they haven't been able to pull it off quite in the same way since then. These are kind of superficial frags in a first half.
Last round of the half, and 9Z, although you start strong, you get your 70 rounds. You probably go into the second half with a sour taste in your mouth if you lose this one. But it's going to be 8-7 in favor of M80. The Mac 10 for Max. Outside smoke is up. Swisher aggressive again, and you mentioned the lack of outside work for 9Z over the recent rounds. Well, it's been thanks to Swisher, who gets himself 1 kill and nearly a second. Dishes out the damage and brings 9Z down to just 2 players here. This is looking good for M80 to close at A.
Well, Buddha can't cross. There's no smoke to get him across, so they're going to have to fight their way if they want it. Wolfie's going to try and deny.
Wolfie, line of weight. He's focused on red, and that might cost him because the secret peek's about to come up, but he turns back. Does not land a shot, re-peeks into DGT and gives him that kill back. So 9Z once again with a shot at winning this round.
Yeah, he had no support, so I think he felt like he was pressured to take that fight, to take the fight to him. Even though he could have been relatively safe. This position can be tough. Just moves out of it at the wrong moment. That's a stunner from DJT. And Manx, the last one left, 1v2. Knows the position of one, but not the other. And now his position has been revealed, but he transfers over. And he's got 38 seconds to win a 1v1.
Knows that DGT has to cross into him as well, and he will win that fight. DGT comes out on top. 9Z will lead the way by 1. A strong start, but a comeback from M80 present. We'll see how this one closes on Nuke after this.
Stay in my lane. I keep my feet on the pavement, and don't you ever mistake it. No, this ain't never been a
competition. Seem like they all been missing. Never made a wrong decision. It's got me walking different. I stay gassed up. Please point the opposition. No scope is no joke. Just know I aim with raw precision. I went and got my bid up quick, 100 figures. They once was competition, now ain't sitting with us. Been on a wave since we've been away. Snatched the game, now we here to stay.
I told my mama I make it, I make a couple mistakes, but see I stay in my lane. I keep my feet on the pavement, and don't you ever mistake it. No, this ain't never been a game. I told my mama I make it, I made a couple mistakes, but see I stay in my lane. I keep my feet on the pavement, and don't you ever mistake it. No, this ain't never been a game.
It's that you can't touch me. Things get ugly, they mad now. This all must be a whole new level to count. I'm packing on the pounds, pulled up with the dog hound, and I still had time to shut it down. Now you see them all screaming my name. See them try to switch to my lane. They ain't never fit that frame. Only present when the cash came. Plenty days I've been on the road chasing. No legend ever said they was complacent. Nah.
I told my mama I make it, I make a couple mistakes, but see I stay in my lane. I keep my feet on the pavement, and don't you ever mistake it. No, this ain't never been a game. I told my mama I make it, I made a couple mistakes, but see I stay in my lane. I keep my feet on the pavement, and don't you ever mistake it. No, this ain't never been a game.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in the world. Let us know how you're watching ESL Pro League using the hashtag ESL Pro League. In fact, you can submit pretty much anything you want to that hashtag, and we'll probably read it.
And there's a decent chance it'll end up on the show.
There's a decent chance, depending on what it would be.
Yeah, over 51%. 8-7 in the favor of 9Z, a one-round lead. It started out 6-0. A good comeback from M80 fell short of giving them an advantage, but a chance to fight back here on the T side of Nuke. Let's see what they got. Pistol round is live, smoke flash on Manx, and that's it. That's the utility. Decoy and Swisher, but we don't count those.
Why is everybody taking the silencer off, Jason? I just don't get it. It just makes it worse.
I don't have a good answer for you, but yeah, it's coming into fashion a little bit. Swisher's going to challenge Secret solo with that P250. Max is forced away. If Swisher can win this battle downstairs, although he's got Try behind him as well, good headshot. DGT is going to take him down in response, but now David Diaz with the dualies.
Oh, yeah.
Living up to his name, David Deuce.
Well, it is Max throwing himself into a 1v3. He's going to do it for the Isle of Man. He's going to do it for them. He's got himself a lineup for two. A lot of damage done onto Buddha and DGT. Now the tap on the defuse, but is Max going to fall for it? He won't. He won't even care. Maybe he didn't even hear it, in fact, with that nade coming in. But he's going to go for the peak now, and what a shot from DGT. I didn't even see him on Max's screen there.
No, I didn't either. And actually, I think that might get played a little bit differently if that nade doesn't chunk him all the way down to red. That's rough. Good round win. Good clutch from 9Z. A stunning shot with those dualies at the end of the day.
This was it. Davideus rolling with the dualies. DGT with him. Can't believe on 3 HP he's able to close it out like that. Instant headshot with dual Berettas as well. Now we take a look at M80 though. Because they got the bomb plant, they have a really good buy coming into this next round. So you got Galil's on 4 players and Mac 10 for mobs. Some might even say this is a better buy, but we'll have to wait and see how it pans out.
Yeah, you've got an AWP on Try. I don't know if you expect that. You might not be going up Twinkie if you realize it's in the, or Silo if you realize it's in the field of battle. Try, as he might, not finding anyone outside.
Try give Zywoo his worst ever HLTV rating.
Did he?
Yeah. Remember that 9Z
Oh,
game?
that's right.
Against Vitality at one blast event. It was like 16-2 loss or something like that.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That's the legacy right there of Tri so far. It's not a bad one to have, I suppose.
Here comes the late smoke wall.
Yes, indeed. We did see 9Z, actually at the start of their tournament here at Pro League, kind of mess up the outside smokes. So they've definitely nailed those now. They fixed that. We've seen steady improvements.
Yeah, I mean, you have one game of missing the wall smokes on Nuke, and you go, that's an important thing to fix, obviously. Without those, you're in a lot of trouble if you can't handle outside. Max goes 1 for 1 with the SMG. It pulls DGT downstairs.
Here comes Try's big green gun. Bang! Perfect kill on Reck, and he's going to drop back off the back of that.
That's just awesome timing as well. First one crosses, so Reck had no idea. DGT behind the bomb site. Good shot on the first.
Bomb. Get the bomb back, guys. It's up on the ramp. You got to run for the bomb. That's more important. Run for it. And Davideus is here too. Oh, they've wasted so much time, and he could deny this if he's able to swing out. Manx is desperately trying to cover off the single door swing, and now he's giving it up. He's giving it up, and he's just let them walk out the door. That's the round.
It's so hard when you're that one player trying to defend that plant. You've got to worry about control side. You've got to worry about decon. You know they can come from ramp as well, and he thought the damage dealt was going to be enough to hold them at bay, not realizing a second player in that door. So a good round from 9Z. And M80 is going to come into this with Manx having a Galil and some utility, but no money built up and no real motivation to buy behind it.
It's actually the AWP that got that pick as well. It wasn't even the door swing, so...
It would have been one of them.
It would have been.
It was one or the other.
Yes, it was inevitable that it was happening. So I guess it doesn't really matter that Manx ran off that. Well, we're down to a Galil for Manx, saved on over, and the rest are on pistols. So pretty likely we see 9Z take 11 rounds. Do you know about the Buddha rubbing a Buddha's belly is apparently good luck?
I think you brought this up the first time we casted 9Z.
Yeah, do you know that? Yeah, maybe. You were there. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think I did at one point in my life, but that's not one of those facts that I've cared to really hold on to as like a primary piece of information.
It's just satisfying, you know?
Yeah.
Rubbing a little...
He's got a big old belly.
Yeah, he does. You don't see too many Buddhas around. They used to be sort of a big thing for gardens in the UK, I suppose. People used to buy a big Buddha statue and put it out the back.
And now you just put gnomes in there.
Yeah, gnomes have kind of taken over. Buddha ain't as popular these days. DGT down in the sight. Just one kill, and you do want the SMGs to get the majority of the kills. So there's the SMG money picked up. And 11-7, 9Z, AWP out for try. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking dandy. And it's now M80 picking up the AKs and MAC-10. We'll see if they're able to get back to winning ways. They have slow starts in both halves now. There's the feet. Wolfie's big toes give him away.
Oh, this round's massively important for M80 to see what kind of a fight they're going to be able to continue here on Nuke in this second half. AKs are out. Manx stuck to that MAC-10 due to saving the previous round. And Swisher's going to cross over into Secret. Manx, Wolfie, and Reck all coming up behind, but not all of them are going to be able to make it before those smokes fade. Malb's just holding on to lobby, and he's been brought down below half HP. And he's dealing with a lobby push.
Z hoping that Try can step up with the AWP, but all he really does is take damage. So bomb plant will be locked in here for M80. Now post plant will ensue. Reck trying to defend the vent. He does well onto David, and now is he ready for the second? He is. So Reck will get the double. M80 looking good. They force 9Z into the save call, and as soon as the guns come out, looking a lot stronger.
Yeah, nice plant down low, and it doesn't even look like 9Z want to consider going for this. Max is already backing off. Trying DGT. 8th round. And that seemed very easy, all things considered. Malbs goes down in lobby, but the lower bomb site is just easily taken. So M80 still keeping this close, still keeping the fight on. 3 rounds back. Let's go, baby.
Very composed North American team, this one. You know, you don't have any of those super loud individuals, do you? You know, EG at least have Hex, he gets loud, but this team, not anybody really stepping up to be the screamer.
You know, let them get a win or two under their belt, and then we'll see if anyone starts getting excited. You know, gotta give them, gotta have a little bit of success.
Gotta get one.
Until you start winning games, like the loudness just kind of comes off a little bit silly.
Yeah, but Hex does it when he loses and he wins. So.
True. Takes a special breed for that.
It really does. I think it's kind of sick, you know, we were just going up on that Counter-Strike alphabet earlier. It's some of the names that come to mind, the golden age, I think, of CSGO in North America.
Sure, let's call it that.
When Fugly was there and Cutler, all those days, Jason.
Yeah, I was actually struggling with Seas until Cutler came out. That was a nice addition.
Even though he was kind of writing it backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Max blocked off by smoke, goes for a little bit of spam, misses the mark. The return spam is great. Manx finds him.
EGT, how?
Oh, Swisher didn't hear the ticks.
He didn't. Oh, that's a little confusing. He just walks into secret without looking at it, and while he is given a rude awakening, try, peeks into the AK.
He's going to be frustrated with that. He had the op at the right angle and just pulls out a smoke. Oh, Manx almost there to cut off the rotation. And that's going to keep 9Z's defense parked. And he steps up to the plate, steps forward, and Buddha gets one.
Yeah, Buddha does well on the hut. He probably could have got away with the second one there, but just keeping the numbers even will be enough right now. And Davideus has got his way up the vent. He's quick to relocate around the back of the hut. And maybe this could be the position to deny the plant, or at least heat things up towards the back of the site. I'll send the fire around the back side, allowing DGT to try and peek with him from heaven, but they turn once they deal with the squeaky door. And a well-played round from M80.
Yeah, that's a really nice win. I actually think Davideus had like that Molotov being thrown gives away his position. I thought that was a really slick move to move around towards hut, but kind of throws him a little bit of a warning before he actually takes a fight. This is the real one. The timing on try is really, really painful. He's going to be really frustrated that he didn't just stand pat with the AWP and pick a player off. Would have likely been an easy kill. And you could see him there shaking his head and just saying, no, that wasn't it. That's my bad. Timeout for 9Z to talk things over.
Yeah, a lot to talk about now for M80 as all the timeout for them coming forward. So Def throwing what he's got out there into the world. It's quite a sick jacket, isn't it? A quarter zip there from M80.
Yeah, it is pretty nice, actually.
There's like the World Championship badges in, I believe, cycling has a similar sort of stripe pattern. So looks kind of similar. It's kind of nice. And 9Z have taken the purple out of their jersey, Jason. That is a sad day.
We don't have a lot of purple in logos these days.
Yeah, I know. We don't really have that at all. And, you know, Henry G, he loves purple. As we were talking about the other day. He would have loved that one.
Really regretting his purple skin theme. It's all good. It looks nice. Two-round lead for 9Z.
Yes, indeed.
This is the round that can break it right open. There's no money left on 9Z. If M80 can close this one out, and they're on, what, like a 2-round streak right now? Yeah, they've won 2 rounds in a row. If they can close this out, force the reset, they're going to be sitting very, very nicely, feel a lot more comfortable on this T side.
Ooh.
The really unfortunate thing about this is, like, this could be a really good game from M80 if they didn't make those critical mistakes outside in the early going of their defensive half, right? If they didn't lose like 2 or 3 rounds in the first 5 to like wraps outside to advantage stacks that they had, Malb solo and lobby goes down, Swisher evens it out. That's a good kill to find.
Yeah, it is 1 for 1. Swisher, lightning shot on the head of Try, who's kind of had a few of those in this second half so far. And reck continues. M80 have cracked this game wide open again. And their goal, we heard, was to win a map so far in Pro League. Well, they have a shot now as they're starting to push this one forward. A strong start in the half of 9Z, but once again, it's fallen away. And a good call here from M80 not to commit down secret. They're going to go back up. And 9Z are on the hunt, on the trail.
They're going to miss the timing, though. Or will they? Wolfie and Manx sticking around. There's the bomb. Now they know the position of the op. Wolfie can bail out.
Ooh.
Up towards heaven. Devadeus has been forced back, and he can't go for it. 25 HP and AWP in hand. He's going to save it this whole time.
Devadeus. Well, what a long save this is for him. He's just going to have to stay in secret. And that's a 10th round for M80, and whatever Def said in that timeout worked pretty well.
Yeah, and like this is, I mean, there's a couple ill-advised fights from 9Z in this round. Try with the op has had a couple of really, really tough rounds from ramp room in the previous to this one. Losing a player outside, going for that re-peek from the upper bomb site through mini. You don't need to take that fight. You've got some teammates outside, but not really ever able to coordinate anything on the CT side. A couple isolated picks for M80, and they're right back in the round. And right back within one.
Back in the game. But money not at an all-time high here for 9Z, but this is Swisher. Really been impressed with this
one
game
right here.
so far.
This isn't needed from Try.
Yeah, it isn't.
With the op. There's, especially because you don't know where he is outside. He can be in a ton of different angles, and all those smokes down, not in exactly a great peak for the op. And with the player under heaven, you sort of have them contained to a certain degree, but start letting a couple slip away. So Try's going to get the op passed over to him, see what he can create with it. He's got light armor behind it.
Oh, this should be the shot for Try. Those are the easy ones. You love when those come towards you. And now M80, they got Swisher down secret early. They were trying to split in towards this B site, and now they're coming down the ramp all together.
Coming right at the op. They know he was in secret. They've got utility to handle and contain it, but if this Deagle can create anything on this exit, nothing.
Oh.
Misses the opportunity for a kill. DGT is stepping up with the AK. Didn't seem aware that they were going to be peering in towards control side door. Now the op is out of place, and now the op has to save. So a small chance for 9Z, but it disappears quickly and should be all tied up.
Decisive calls from M80 and sharp kills coming in. A long, long time ago, that Deagle body shot would have locked that kill in. And here comes Buddha. A little AK can steal away off the battlefield. A spoil of war. So he'll grab that, save it on over, or at least attempt to do so. Wolfie. Ooh. He goes down.
It was labored, but gets the job done. Oh, Try's going to go for one more exit, and he's got it. Nice shot there. Good tracking. malbs kind of wants to take that up away, but Try is running and tucking himself into the corner and just gets away. 11-11. This is great from M80. You mentioned slow starts. It was 6-0 in the first half, 3-0 in the second half, but they have figured things out quickly here on this T side. They've rattled off 4 in a row, 3 of them bomb plants, so having site access whenever they want it. It's 9Z who are trying to figure things out on this defensive side now.
Let's see if they can figure it out. Utility dumped outside early. Reck just jumps up on top of the main roof. Swisher's joined him. Parkour as they're running around Nuke. It is Max getting overrun. Swisher flying through the sky to a headshot. And DGT will respond, tries op again, positioned early towards Secret. Has caught Manx running right in towards him. And this started pretty well for M80. They got the map control they wanted. Swisher got the kill, but it is all falling apart in the fights that followed. And now Try should close the round, and he will on Wolfie.
It's a really, really good round for 9Z to plant your feet. 4 players survive. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about getting reset immediately. So that's a good place to start. 12-11, they regain the lead. And oddly enough, it's M80 who have a weird money situation after 4 rounds straight. But I mean, the last 3 have been very close. 1 player survived, 2 players survived in the previous 2. They got to drop down into a half buy.
Not the prettiest situation here for Meti.
It's not the time you want this to happen either in this game, right? You had just tied things up. The Nanzi just regained the lead. It's close. Not a whole lot of time left.
Well, Swisher, once again, getting a lot of space to play with, so he's got himself towards Secret.
Yeah, but they've been picked off by an AWP in Secret 2 rounds in a row, right? That might make him a little bit nervous to be aggressive or really apply any pressure with that positioning.
Yeah, sure. We'll have to see how M80 can get out towards the top side. There's a reboost coming up to get DGT up in the rafters. We'll see what the call is here for M80. They're waiting for some aggression. They're waiting for a move, but 9Z have no reason to give it to them, right? They're just sitting back. They're the ones in control of this round. It's on to M80 to figure out a way into this, and Utility dumps in towards CT vent. Davideus delays him with a flash in hand, but he's now caught. He's blinded. He's in the open, and Davideus goes down with only 1 kill. They tried to make it down the vent, but the bomb will only make it down, and they've actually jumped down to grab it. So they've made it forward in towards the B site and try. He's tucked in dark. In the darkness will the AWP shine. First shot connects on the double door swing. Couldn't get the second. Swisher replies swiftly. And now DGT, his patience will pay off. Wolfie walks right into the rifle, and the bomb plant will not come through. 9Z grabbing control of the game once more, and the lack of bomb plant, that would have tipped him a little closer to having a buy here, but because they don't get that bomb plant, there's not enough here to get a full buyout with rifles.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, that's a huge blunder from M80 in the sense that you drop down to a half buy in the previous round to you know, in theory be able to buy in this one, but instead you've got another half buy on the cards, and it's not just missing the plan, it might just be spending a little bit too much money in the previous round and misplaying that economy. So 2 half buys for M80 at this junction of the map is not ideal, and gives 9Z a lot of room to work with. Alleviates a lot of pressure on them.
Oh, good kill from David. Just an easy position on Tetris there to come away with that first one. Drop off when the flashes come in and the pressure gets tough. And ooh, trying to get down the vent, but he's missed it. He's missed the vent. He's just gone main instead, Jason.
I like it. I admire it. It didn't make it as seamless a transition as you would have liked. Might have been able to style it out, but no longer. Not anymore. Manx has an AK-47, falls at the end.
That's a 4K from David as well. So let's take a look. He's got 25 kills. DGT leading the way, otherwise known as DJT, and he's got a 27 kills there, Jason.
Yeah, we were laughing about that in the first half. That was DJT.
You know, there's DJL as well. A lot of DJs.
There's just so much
Not a
happening.
lot of DGs. Or as yesterday, as we discovered, DJ Kuntz as well.
TJ Kuntz. Nice round from Davideus. Timeout taken. Last one for M80 as Def gets involved in the conversation. Trying to come up with a plan to get right back into this game. 3 in a row for 9Z. As soon as M80 closed the gap and tied things up, 9Z sprint out to a lead again. First map in an elimination series here at ESL Pro League. Group C.
Group C. Elimination Day. I love that intro today. I love the energy that is brought to the show today to really bring it home how important this Elimination Day is, presumably for someone at home, of course. It's going to be the smokes towards outside. A little bit of a gap in one of those. Keep an eye on that, but here we go. Top side play is in. It's Buddha coming up on top of the hut with 1, and they throw everything they've got into it, and M80 actually come out on top of those fights. Oh, try up the vent. Go for it. Go for the no-scope. He's got the style points and the kill.
That was never expected. Smokes clearing all wreck. The timing of just getting up on top of hut is massive. Max and try to step in towards Mini. Max has been exposed now, but Swisher's in the open. Can't land the shot, and another one. Oh, it's heartbreaking. Max with a 1v2, and 9Z's got 4 chances to close out Nuke.
Yeah, that's really rough. That was such a good chance for M80 to really have their last legs, the last hurrah here on Nuke, but it'll have to come in this next one. The AKs are available thanks to that bomb plant, but you get all those entries, you get the site, you have a real shot at winning this, then this happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing, but these positions could have been a little bit more solid in the post plant. There's a number of things that go wrong, and M80 not able to calm it down enough, and with no timeouts, they've just got to go right back into it out of the frustration. 4 in a row necessary to force overtime. 9Z on the verge of taking Nuke.
Oh, Swisher, that is such a rough start to the round. Gets caught by the nade, slowed in the fire, and now all of the utility is being dumped towards him, but Swisher is somehow still alive.
Oh, he's been a beast for M80 as well. That's a tough player to have at low HP. He's been great on entries. He's been a great aggressive presence on the map.
It's actually worked out here for Manx. A double kill. Swiftly making his way through main. It is David and Buddha gone. So that's the round.
Yeah, back to the upper bomb site we go. Any idea of going down secret? No one cares. All that utility damage on Swisher doesn't matter any longer. Try and DGT, just going to save the weapons.
Well, there we go.
There we
bit
go.
Of a lifeline there for M80.
Yeah, that might be 9Z getting caught pretty unawares of, I mean, outside presence. You're getting the call that they're going secret, but obviously that turn in towards mini garage can happen pretty quick as they've just been reminded. A good round from Manx, stepping up to the plate and providing a critical double kill. That puts M80 on 12, now just 3 rounds away.
So how have you found Pro League so far, Jason? You're back in Malta.
Yeah, it's always a good time. It's the last weeks of summer here in Malta.
It's the last CSGO event, possibly
last
as well.
CSGO event. Hopefully, this time we sell it correctly.
At least in Europe.
Yeah, at least in Europe. Who knows? Yeah, it's good. I enjoy Malta.
The weather is very good.
I enjoy hanging with the boys.
Yeah, it's great. And thank you, Gaming Malta. That's a little sponsor plug. Seamless transition into Tactical Timeout.
Brought to you by Gaming Malta.
Yep, this timeout brought to you in part by Intel, Face It, Gaming Malta.
All of them. Rattle them off.
A monstrous timeout. I like how Def just went to the US and just has been there his entire sports career, basically.
He likes the food.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame him. I do like the food too. Even though it does sort of dehydrate me the second I land in the United States, it's so good.
Rather salty.
It is kind of salty. You do have to increase the water intake.
That's how we roll.
Sodium levels high, cholesterol high, happiness at an all-time high.
Health, not so much.
Definitely not.
15-12.
And maybe the health of North American Counter-Strike on Nuke
I'll get into it, Reck.
can fall apart here. It's going to be Reck looking for that hot peak early, but it's not going to be happening.
He was teasing it. He was hopping up there like he was ready to go. And slows it down at the last second.
Maybe Siemens like dragging him, pulling him off the ledge. Don't do it, Reck.
Yeah.
So much to live for, Reck.
Not this round. Max is brought down to 51 HP. A little bit of spam through smoke. That's from Swisher way back towards T-side boxes. But M80 backing out of lobby, readjusting. Looks like set up a late smoke wall. However, the op in the hands of Try is over towards Secret, and he's been very impactful in this position a number of rounds to grab an opening kill and back away. Molotov falls short of his position, so he can stay safely on the stairs.
No longer a safe zone.
Wow.
It's a Swisher zone. Oh my goodness, what a shot.
That is a massive shot from Swisher. He's been delivering those haircuts a lot of this game. Even on the CT side, was wonderful in openings.
Swisher the Barber doesn't quite have a ring to it, but definitely looking pretty good when it comes to the shot.
He's 9-3 in his opening fights.
That's crazy.
Swisher.
That's crazy. Down the vent, Malbs, okay. Oh, he's looking for that win. He wants that win here, Pro League. Long way to go still. It would be for overtime.
I think 9Z's gonna have to save out of this round. They don't really have the money. The loss bonus is at 1. They'll get 1,900. So maybe they go motivated for a force buy. But then you come into the question of, do you want to risk it all at that situation with the scoreline being what it is? This happened so quick. Swisher gets that headshot and it all comes crumbling down.
Oh, Max, I don't know if he's gonna hold on to it. Swisher's sharp. And he'll take that kill. It's 15-13. As you said, a decision economically here for 9Z, possibly half buy. And there's some Kevlar being bought up here for DGT.
You can go for a small buy if you're 9Z. You just have to be really careful about how much money you're spending. You get $2,400 in the next round, so you want to leave it to like 22,000, 2,500 left in the bank after any kind of investment. Some of them even gone more than that. Tries sitting over 3K, so is Buddha. So money shouldn't be too much of a problem in the next round. M80 fighting back late, but a little bit of nade, a little 5-7. Buddha's got an AK, almost lined up a double, and thankfully Reck and Malbs are here to shut it down before it can begin.
Yeah, it could have got out of hand. Swisher loses one of those opening fights. It's a rare entity, but it does happen. And that is now 14. Ooh, we got overtime, I feel, Jason. I feel it.
Yeah, feel it in your plums?
Yeah, I do. My plums are definitely vibrating right now, and this is going to be an overtime affair. North America back in it.
A pair of comebacks in these halves, right?
I'm glad Swisher is one of the best players in this team because, you know, North American team, and then you would have to say their best player is Guatemalan. That would kind of suck.
Yeah, that would be a little bit weird. It is cool, but Malbs in no slouch, obviously. Swisher having more impact in this game. Manx having a good performance as well, representing Danish Counter-Strike. Devadeus gonna try and grab a couple exits. That Deagle lands on the Reck. Bomb explosion will grab him and Manx and Devadeus.
Oh, that's the worst. When you're just a second away from hanging onto that AK and someone hits you with enough damage to the bomb to take you out.
All right, let's see. Round 30, overtime or a 9Z victory. And this is what the half-buy was for. They can get all M4s across the board on the defensive side. An AWP in the hands of Tri, plenty of utility, a couple of kits. They have everything they could want 9Z to try and close out this map. It's their last opportunity.
Smokes are going out very quickly here for M80, so it's going to be that quick cross. And the problem is when you do the smokes instantly, you will sacrifice a lot of your health if you're that front man. And Swisher, he's been taken down to 58, but I think he'll take that trade-off to get down secret so early in this round. And you might start to panic now if you're 9Z. You have to adjust to this B hold.
Well, they've adjusted it in a new way as well. 2 players down in secret. A little bit of a crossfire set up on the staircases. Molotov would keep DGT back if a fight does come to fruition. But if Devadeus can win this first one, which he can't, now DGT, does he actually want to challenge a little bit more?
Oh, he might want to, and he will. That'll be the kill back. A chance still for 9Z to end it in regulation. DGT proving to be effective.
And with his presence, I think M80's a little bit worried about this decision they make. Now it forces them into an awkward situation. Do they want to come up vents? Do they want to readjust? Or do they want to try and brute force their way into the lower bomb site?
It is one of the heaviest hitters out of the round here for Devadeus, so he's gone. 9Z lost him. And Try's turn to step up on the mark, realizing that if they're in the lower bomb site, there's likely a door lurk trying to cut off those rotations down the vent. So it's a patient game here for Try. How patient can Malbs be?
He's had a little bit of frustration too, a little bit of rough rounds for Try. So a mistake here, I think, would tilt him off the face of the earth for overtime.
Time, Jason. 25 seconds is all that is left. And Max is walking into the secret play. They line up. That's the bomb. And that should be the map. 9Z have done it. There's so little time to get that bomb back. And then getting it to a site proves impossible. Swisher has had a good game, but it will come to a close here. 16-14. A heartbreaking way to lose the first map of the series for M80, but 9Z, their strong starts in both halves proved to be too much for the North American side to conquer. We have to go to a second map to see if 9Z can take this in 2 and eliminate M80 from Pro League.